So I imagine this second upload today might come to a surprise to some of you. I am trying a brand new project because I am sick and tired of going on 15-kilometer walks every fucking day and not getting a Galarian bird. So I'm just gonna say fuck it, and I'm gonna dedicate myself to waking up and recording every 15-minute goddamn walk that I take with these daily incenses until I get one of these birds. Ideally, I'm looking for Galarian Zapdos, and if you guys enjoy this and if I enjoy doing this, I might just keep going until I get all three. But I was thinking, you guys asked me a lot of questions during like my PvP videos and during streams when I'm on Twitch, and I never really get a chance to answer all of them. So this might be a good chance to look through comments, look through the commonly asked questions that I get on Twitch. Hey Gus, you ready for this adventure with me? We're going on an adventure together? Yeah, I know. You have to gasp so loud for air. Oh my god. Okay. Goose is ready for this. Yeah, there's a lot of questions I get on Twitch and on YouTube, and I never get a chance to answer them. So maybe I'll do some daily 15-kilometer walk uploads and I'll get to answer all your questions. But let's head out and just get started on this. All right, well, I'm out. I'm gonna start the 15-kilometer nonsense, which is right here. I'm not gonna go anywhere too loud or too popular because, I mean, these daily incenses don't need anywhere too popular. Like, I don't need a ton of fucking Pokestops around me. I pretty much just need to be moving, and I don't have the best audio equipment, so anywhere that's pretty much just like I can move around without people judging me and listening to me. One of the questions I get asked almost every fucking day, almost every stream, every time I go live, in every YouTube video: where's John? Where is John boy? Where's the guy that yells at you and you make feel very awkward? Where's J Farm? Let me just answer all the questions so we never have to ask this question again. First of all, nothing happened between me and John. Me and John are still good friends. I don't see him as much as I would. Ooh, Aerodactyl. Okay, I didn't expect that. I don't see John as much as I would hope to because he is a busy boy. He's working full-time. He's working full-time with the transit company. I'm working full-time at the library. So that's already very hard to make time for each other. He's also a husband. He's very busy with family. And man recently became a dog trainer. I think no matter what aspect of life he enters, man's always going to be training something, whether it be Pokemon or real life dogs, I suppose. Yeah, that was some character development that I didn't expect at all when he told me. He got a new dog. I'm sure you guys remember Aries. He was in a couple of our videos. But he got a new dog named Zeus, I believe. And that dog listens to him so incredibly well. I'm talking like this dog is only 8 months old and he's already walking the dog leashless. Not that he does it often because, you know, you're not supposed to do that too much, but we were going for a walk with this dog and he took the leash off just to show me how obedient it was. And John told the dog to just like sit right there. Goose would never do it because Goose doesn't fucking listen to me. But John told the dog to sit and we started walking off. Come on, Goose. The dog would not move unless he told it to move. So that shit was insane. I also get like a lot of discussions, or I get into the whole concept of the daily incense a lot because I feel like 80% of people really enjoy this concept. I understand why some people might dislike it because I feel like, and this might be a hot statement to make, I feel like sometimes we are a little spoiled when it comes to catching Pokemon, and this might just be the Gen 1 part of me coming out, but I was very accustomed to like Pokemon Red and Blue, where you fucking wander into some cave, you find a fucking Zapdos or Mewtwo, and you throw all your fucking balls at it, and the thing never stays in the fucking ball. And even as a child, I remember being like, this is fucking unfair, I deserve more, I did all the hard work, I went through the cave, I deserve it. I think someone recently, I think that's what's beautiful about Pokemon, is that it's not always a victory, and that's what I loved about Gen 1 Pokemon and like early gen legendary hunting, is that like it was a challenge, and when you got the legendary Pokemon, it was an accomplishment. I don't feel that in Pokemon Go. Like when I catch a legendary, it's like, yeah, I golden razzed it and hit excellent every time. That's all you really have to do. But someone did recently make the point that in Pokemon Go, we are technically paying for these legendaries. So there is a huge element of you kind of deserve the legendary, you know? So I don't know how I completely forgot that, like, you know, compared to Gen 1 days where the Pokemon legendaries were free, you just needed to wander into a cave and slaughter a bunch of innocent lives. I didn't really pay attention to the fact that, yeah, we're like, each legendary, I cannot catch this fucking Yanma, man, with one hand. Fuck off. Shit. No, get the fuck down here. Fucking give up on that shit. It does make sense that the chances of us catching the legendary is very high because we are spending actual money for it. So, oh, Goose is seeing something. His hunting skills are coming in. Goose, what are you seeing? What are you seeing, boy? Yeah, you get us that meat. You're gonna cook for us tonight. I think after John, one of the most common questions I get is about my career as a librarian. I feel like in this day and age, people are genuinely interested why someone would grow up and want to be a librarian, provided we all think that the library is just a place dedicated for books and something that's inevitably going to go out of fashion. And there's some truth to that, but I went into my undergrad studying English. And maybe when I entered English, I kind of knew, what the fuck am I going to do with English? What does anyone do with a BA in English? I definitely knew, like, by year 2 that getting a BA in English really wasn't going to get me any... Goose, come on! I knew that by year 2 that going into English and getting a BA in English wasn't really going to get me anywhere. My only option, or the only thing I was thinking, is to just ship myself to some random place in the world and teach English to anyone I could find who wanted an English teacher. Man, I'm really not getting a lot of spawns. I should probably start walking a little bit further. So by like year 3 of my English degree, I noticed what I can do with a BA in English and what opportunities I haven't been thinking about. And I think it was like an Indeed ad. I was on Indeed just looking for other jobs because I was working at a toy store part-time, minimum wage, hating my life, and I just came across an ad for a librarian, and I was like, oh, okay, I never really thought about what librarians need. It would make sense that most of them need a BA in English, right? So maybe I should check it out and see what it needed. It just needed a BA in English, which I was gonna have in a year, and I just needed to take like a 2-year program. Kind of came out of the blue. I had no idea I wanted to be a librarian, as most people that I work with. No one at the library is like, yeah, I fucking came out of the pussy knowing I wanted to be a fucking librarian. Yeah, nobody has stories like that. It's just like a real practical job. It's a real stable, practical job that really appeals to me. I did my master's and I got a job at the Toronto Public Library as a librarian. And a lot of people assume it's really boring work, but I have to admit, it's very fun. It's oftentimes rewarding. Right now, I'm a youth hub librarian. It's kind of like a place after school for high school kids to go and hang out, study, play video games, stuff like that. It's pretty rewarding, honestly, because from my experience so far, there's teens that will come to the library and just hang out in the youth hub almost every day. And as long as you understand meme culture and pop culture and understand video games, these teens will definitely enjoy your company. And oftentimes they're looking for a lot of help because, fuck, I was at high school, I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. So speaking to someone like a librarian that kind of had knowledge of where to refer these teens for more information, it could be beneficial. But yeah, so right now I'm a youth hub librarian, but that's not the only thing. Like, there's obviously children's librarians and adult librarians, and I've been an adult librarian where we pretty much can teach whatever class we want. So if we're seeing that like the public needs more training in computer basics, then I would set up a class for that and I could teach it. I kind of say nowadays that librarians are not just books. We have to be a kind of jack of all trades because we're innovating. We've got like 3D printers now. Most people come to the library looking to use our computers anyways. And we got classes, we got graphic design. At the Toronto Public Library, we have like specific Mac computers that are only reservable for intense graphic design. We have like recording studio at my library, so we're definitely fucking innovating. If any of you are out there still assuming librarians are just books and boring, and it's not true anymore, all right? We are innovating, we are getting with the times, we are getting hip and fun. I mean, when it hits like lower than the 5-minute mark, this is usually when I give up and assume that I'm not gonna get a Galarian bird. It is really fun to see on Twitter everyone posting their obligatory Galarian bird escape videos, but I do, every time I see one run away, my heart sinks a little bit for them. It is cool to see people with actually catching their birds, and I think as soon as I catch mine, which I know I'm being optimistic about that. Who the fuck knows if I'm ever gonna encounter one and catch one. I found a Galarian Moltres and I recorded my encounter with it, and I watched it with my Twitch chat. It was a level 1 Galarian Moltres, and that's the only bird I've encountered so far. And that's probably the best chances that someone could have of catching one of these things. Level 1, golden raz, all the medals and shit like that, ready to go. And I just fucking whiffed it. But it looks like I'm not gonna get one here. I thought I could kind of do like small circles of walking and still encounter, but it looks like the game might want me to make like longer strides than this awkward circuit I've been making. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this going. It depends on audience reaction if you guys kind of like something like this. If you guys do like this and this video gets at least 200 likes, I'll post another one and I'll keep these daily vlogs going until I get a fucking bird. But I don't know, I'm not like a huge vlogger, so I'm gonna let this depend on you guys. If we get 200 likes, I'll do it again. I'll see you guys later.